Three, two, one. You're on Artist on Record, your ultimate intimate conversation with your favorite artist. If it is your first time here, you make sure you subscribe, hit the bell to be notified. Now, this is supposed to be a members only chat, but because of my friend, the next guest that's coming on here, he goes, just open it up because he wants the KIX fans to chat a little bit and we'll recap. And if you've been at a KIX show, I want to hear what you have to say and put your comments down below. One of my favorite bands was KIX, one of your favorite bands. And tell me why. Tell me your favorite album. Tell me your favorite song. While you're there, maybe send me your home address. I'll pop up. I'll hang out with you. And maybe we'll have the guys from KIX at your house. I don't know. I'm just joking. Well, maybe I'm not. But I'm Stefan. You're beautiful. Thanks for being here. We're going to have a chat with a couple of friends. This is Artist on Record. Subscribe, you crazy kids. It all starts now. A loud intro, but you know what? You guys are great and beautiful, and I want to hear you yell. It's just like being at a KIX show. Who was at the KIX show? I want to see it in the comments, and because I couldn't make it, and I'm very upset. But thank God for YouTube, we got to see a little of this. Check this video out. Oh, yeah, that's Ronnie 1010 Younkins right there. And check this out. He's right here in the hot seat. Welcome, Ronnie. There you are, my man.
Hi, Stefan.
Hey, Ronnie. Always great to see you here.
You too, man. You're looking good. Looking good.
Dude, you always look good. You always look good. I want to give a shout out to my members only here.
Right.
We got Debbie Moeller. We got Steve. Thank you, people in the house, for being here. My members, I see you sporting the badges. Ronnie said to open up the chat. Let them all chat. So this is a freebie for the others, but for you supporters, I appreciate you. You know Debbie Moeller, Ronnie?
Yeah.
She's queen of ADIKAville. The others get mad when I say that, but she's always sharing the stuff out. She went and shared out every clip of our interview of Brian and you and me.
Wow.
She's wonderful. She's great. And then we have our buddy there, Steve. There's Debbie saying hi. There she is. And then we got there's Debbie. And then Steve, our buddy Steve, who loves rock and roll. Thank you over here. There he is saying hi, Ronnie. There he is. Good to see you, Steve. All righty. And we'll be taking I say we should talk to the people. But in the meantime, I'll be putting you up here. Make sure if I put you up here, you subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I see you. I see you, Catherine. Have you subscribed? You say hello to Ronnie. You're going to subscribe, right? That's Catherine, Ronnie.
Hi, Catherine.
She loved the KIX concert. I'm a new fan.
Wow.
A new fan. That's awesome. Awesome.
That's a new fan. Wow.
I can't believe it. There's new fans out there. Wow. It's legendary KIX. But anyway, I figured, you know what, everybody? I brought Ronnie here to have a chat to recap the show that I couldn't go. And I'm kind of upset I didn't go because it's a big thing. It's like the rooftop, the Beatles.
Yeah.
I mean, I got some pictures I took from the official KIX fan site. And these people love you guys. It's really a beautiful thing. And they're great. They're great people. But anyway, this is Ronnie Younkins. I'm going to put all links for Ronnie in our description. Ronnie has a great band because there's life after KIX. A lot of people are going on the official KIX fan site, and they're asking questions. Is Steve going to cut his hair? What's Jimmy going to do? Like, what kind is Steve going to do? It's great. There's so many questions. They want to know who's going to do what, what's going on, who's sleeping with who. I don't know. But Ronnie,
right now I was outside chasing a skunk away. We've got this neighborhood skunk, and
is that what you're doing after KIX? Chasing skunks?
Yeah, I'm chasing skunks away. This thing is, some of them are all like Pepe Le Pew looking.
Yeah.
Fluffy. This one's scraggly. He's a rodent, man. This thing is out to get
Sure, it's not
me.
Brian Forsythe?
No, it's Brian's in Nashville. This skunk lives right under my doorstep, and I don't know, man.
So the skunk happened to pick your doorstep right there.
Yeah, he lives right under it. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know how I got to deal with this guy. He's waiting for me when I leave here tonight to spray on my clothes.
Yeah.
Good clothes on. Hey. But even in my sweatpants, which I rarely wear, I mean, come on. The skunk, he's all scraggly, and he looks like he would go, you know, like attack me like around the throat or something.
Awful.
It's not Pepe Le Pew, you know,
It's
the big
awful.
bushy tail and yeah. Anyway,
You got skunks, but you know what else we got? Ronnie has a band right here. This is the Blues Vultures. That's Life After Kicks for Ronnie. They have a couple of records out too, and there's a link that I think you guys could buy. Can they buy the music, Ronnie?
absolutely.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put all links and direct them.
Yes.
Definitely there. But that's a couple of the records up there that we have. Honky Tonk Bars, right?
Right. Cheap Guitars, Honky Tonk Bars, and the other one's Picked to the Bone. And then the new CD where I'm back in action already. I kind of had a 3-week lull getting ready for these KIX shows or the KIX show, and I had a couple Blues Vultures gigs. So we're back in the studio as we speak. So I'm getting getting it rolling. So
that's cool.
I want to get it done by the beginning of the year.
You don't do a lot of social media yourself. You're too busy playing guitar, right?
Yeah. I just Rich does, the other guitarist from the Blues Vultures. He's really good at that.
He's good at it. So have you checked out the KIX official KIX fan page on Facebook? Have you seen any of that stuff? Oh, dude, it's pretty. They love you guys, man. And do you guys, official KIX fans, do you want me to put your comments up there? And let's share some stuff with Ronnie. I mean, I think Ronnie would like it. This is the official page. The things I could do in my studio, Ronnie. This is like a professional show. You don't even realize it, Ronnie Younkins.
How about those people get on stage?
Look at all those people on stage. That is the final picture. But let's see if I can pull some stuff over here. Isn't that cool?
It is cool.
It's really, there we go. Look at this. We have members here, you know, Mary Royce, Norma, all these people. There's all these people talking. There's old pictures of the band there. There's new pictures. And here's like questions here. Now that KIX is retired, I really don't know who else to listen to or go see. And that was from Karen Stanovich Jordan. She wrote that.
Well, come see the Blues Vultures, and I'm sure Brian's going to be playing, and I think Mark and Bob Perry are still going to be playing in Sundog, and Brian with Rhino Bucket, and me, of course, with the Blues Vultures, and you know, whoever else might ask me to get up and play a few songs with them.
You never know. I might ask you too to play some songs. Let's see what else we got over here. Look at this.
I might do that.
Somebody just bought an Amazon, but look, say this came to me from Amazon. The only song I like from it is Body Talk. Speaking of which, according to IMDb, Brad Divins was actually in the video, but I'm not sure if it is him or Ronnie.
I'm in the video. It's kind of a live video. I'm not proud of that video. I was in the video, squawk on that talk box. Yeah.
That's you in the video. I could tell. I could tell that's you in the video. And
oh my God, that's like the first day they started videos, and they didn't have a clue for the script. It was just the weirdest thing. I think we're in some high school or something. All I knew is I had to have my talk box ready, and yeah.
Really,
it was just not a good video. What can I say?
So there was no clue, there was no direction for the video? Donnie, Purnell let that happen?
Well, it was all new to all of us. I think we kind of like got word before we walked in this auditorium and went up on the stage to play. It was just the weirdest thing. I don't know. You saw the video.
Yeah.
It was just too weird.
But anything KIX did, anything you guys did, you always look cool. Even if it was new wave. And that was a weird record. It was. I'm not gonna lie.
It was like, you know, the record company saying, hey, you know, trying to fall into that new wave thing, that horrible era of rock and roll. I say it. What can I say? It was the most ridiculous era, for me. Ridiculous era of, what was it? Rock and roll, maybe? I don't know. But, you know, I came out of the 60s and 70s, saw these great bands, and then all of a sudden it was like things just fell down. And it's like, I think, you know, Motley Crue put the knife through that new wave thing.
They kind of,
because that was the only band. Like I found a record by them. I went, here's a band that plays rock and roll. They look like a rock band. They sound like a rock band. And ironically, I moved to LA at that time, and I used to go see them play on Magic Mountain. And yeah, they were putting on their own shows. I don't even know if they had. Oh, they had the album on Leather Records out.
So during the Cool
Sorry,
Kids era,
eyes.
so Ronnie, during Cool Kids time, when you were not in KIX, you went to
Right.
LA. Is that what you
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
Okay,
lived out for 6 months in
right
Los
on.
Angeles, and then when I got back, things, I don't know, things didn't seem to work out. I guess with Brad, I don't know. He wanted to go on and play in Wrathchild, I
I
think.
remember Wrathchild. They had two names. They did Wrathchild, then they did Wrathchild America because there was another Wrathchild in England.
Right. Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
right. They did.
I
Yeah.
remember. I remember because you Baltimore guys would come down to Brooklyn, and I would see all the stuff, and all the great stuff. I
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
surprise guest coming in here too to help us talk about and look at the. This is good. I didn't even think he was gonna. I didn't want to bother this guy. He makes me nervous because he has good hair. I love him. He's a really great
I
guy.
think his hair's gonna look like the skunks.
He can never look bad. He's too good looking.
I know.
Everybody, you know
Just
what?
kidding, Brian.
The girls want him. The guys want to be him. This is Mr. Brian 1010 Forsythe right here. Look at him.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, Brian?
Okay.
Look at you. You look great, man.
He does.
You do. It's like I can't stand your face because you're too good looking. You're like it's crazy. You're gonna make all my people leave me now, but this is a treat. This is a lot of fun. Everybody's having a good time hanging out here, and we're recapping. Brian, I'm glad that you came here and came on here right now, and I want to talk about the KIX, the last shows, and all this, and look at Debbie Muller just gave a super chat. Thank you, Debbie Muller. It's very sweet of you. Thanks for so great to see Ronnie. We love you. KIX forever. I was doing right now because Ronnie's not really internet savvy, and I was trying to show him the official KIX fan page, Brian. It's incredible the love you guys are getting. It's can you Brian, did you realize how much love you're going to get from this experience right now?
I knew we were going to get some, but it was overwhelming. The amount of people that were there, and then seeing all the comments and stuff.
Yeah. It's now you're pretty good with going on social media, right? And all that stuff, checking it out, seeing what you keep up with it a little better than Ronnie, right?
Yeah, I try.
You try, yeah.
With the last couple of days,
it is hard. I mean, there's some really great. We got question. What was the idea behind the opening curtain? Somebody's asking here.
The idea was it was supposed to fall, but it did not.
It was a Spinal Tap moment.
It was a spot. And I remember, Brian, remember we did that, tried that before, like, I don't know, 6 years ago.
Yeah, it didn't work then either.
And I remember that you just walked on out. I was like standing there going, do I try to wait till this thing falls or do I go on out? And I remember you walking on out. I was like, that's what I should have done. Just walked on out. So the other night when it didn't come down, I thought, I'm walking on out. So I did. But
yeah,
you weren't there.
So is that what happened? What, you had a curtain before Atomic Bombs was the first song and the curtain was up?
Kabuki, yeah, it was supposed to.
The problem, it was supposed to cover the whole stage, and it wasn't wide enough. So I walked out there, and I was over on the side, and I would have had to walk out onto the stage past the crowd get behind the curtain, which would have been ridiculous. So I just waited on the side.
That's where you were. Yeah.
Oh, so the show started with Ronnie starting.
Well, I did come out. I guess you didn't see me, but I was over on the side.
I'm just kind of joking around.
That is funny, man. Here's a picture of that night. Look at this. I took from the KIX fan club. Look at that crowd.
Whoa.
How many people were there, man?
I heard no official count.
I heard 12,000. Up to 15,000 was what I heard.
It's incredible.
Yeah. I haven't heard the exact count, but yeah.
Look at that. Now, is there a video of that show that they're going to maybe release down the road, or you don't know? Was it secret?
No, because there's licensing involved, and Donnie's publishing, and we'd have to. It'd be hard to do.
It'd be hard to do.
It was considered a movie.
So
And-
would you do can you do a movie or do something like that?
Well, that would be the soundtrack to the movie. That's what part we'd have to get licensing for.
Really? A lot
Yeah.
of different, yeah. Now, the question, I just went to Alice Cooper, and it was great. It was a great show. Ryan Roxy, Tommy Hendrickson, and everybody's cool. Chuck Garrett, great guys. So we went back there, and I started talking to Tommy Hendrickson. You know, Tommy plays guitar with those guys. He used to be in a band from Long Island called Rough Cut back in the day.
Oh yeah.
They used to do half Motley Crue, half Van Halen, and they had a song, "Fight for Your Right." And it was before Beastie Boys. They're ahead of their time. So Tommy comes up to me and goes, "Hey, man, I saw the KIX interview you did with Ronnie and Brian Forsythe." I go, "I know." And I go, I say, so he's fanboying out. Now, you got him. He's in the Hollywood Vampires now. He's playing with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I
He's,
saw.
he's a celebrity now, this guy. Wherever Johnny Depp is, that's right, Tommy. If you're watching this, wherever Depp is, you are. We are the DDs. You got Depp, I got Dice. That's how it goes. Andrew Dice Clay, who nobody knows who that is. But anyway, so he goes to me, "I can't believe you had Brian Forsythe and Ronnie Younkins on together." I go, "Well, I'm friends with them." He was fanboying out. He goes, then he started going, because he plays bass too. He was originally a bass player. He's like, "Yeah, Donnie Purnell's bass." He goes, "I wanted to know more. Like, where's he at? What's he doing? Why he's not there?" I go, "Well,
Oh my gosh.
he wants to know all these questions about Donnie." Now, when this happened, I go, "I'll ask them next time when you guys come on there." Was Donnie ever like invited to come on here, or just?
Well, we didn't say no, but there's it's just it's hard to explain. He's not communicating with us, and so it's mostly on his end.
Yeah. So he could have been there, but he just didn't want to do it. Basically, that's it.
Even though nobody ever talked to him or anything.
So from your end, from the KIX end, he was invited, but politely declined.
We kind of left the door open, but
left it open.
We knew he wouldn't
do it.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys live by each other? Anything like, well, I know you don't, Brian, but before you moved, did you ever, like during the years when you guys didn't have any Donnie Purnell, he's like Izzy Stradlin of the band. Like, you don't see him. He's like MIA. He really is. He's like Izzy Stradlin. Like, where is he? I mean,
occasionally there'll be a sighting.
There'll be a sighting.
Like at what is that farm store, that tractor place by the mall.
So it's like a UFO sign. There'll be a Donnie Purnell sign, like, because I'm so fascinated by this guy, and it's like he's a mystery, I mean, he was, behind KIX, as we all know, a lot behind a lot of the songs, and he's like MIA, and so many people want to know. So Tommy Hendrickson was asking me, it's like, I want to know, you did ask this. I go, what do you want me to ask? I go, then I'm stuck in then they don't know. They don't want to answer, because I know if you say something, it gets exaggerated and all that. Is there a chance ever? I know this is the final KIX show, and a lot of bands say that this is the final.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the final, or it could be maybe down the road? It could be another KIX. Like, no.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, because I said in a text the other day, I said, "Thank you guys. I had a great show that you guys put on, and the guy from Brad from Merriweather coordinated the whole show with the band, and the band was great, and what they did was awesome, and I was glad to be asked to be a part of it, and I thanked the guys the next day, and I just making a joke. Sometimes I'm not, I try to be funny, but I'm not. And it's just like, I was like, let's do it again sometime, LOL. And Jimmy made it clear in his text back that there would be no more. And he put LOL, or a little tears crying on the sun, or whatever it is, the emoji. So that told me that, yeah, definitely, that's not even something to be joked about. It's done.
It's
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Steve was into it. He just
Really?
wants to be over. Yeah, he don't want to. He don't want to put the work, because for him, just to do one show, he's got to get in shape and get his voice back in shape, and he don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he stays pretty lean. And Steve, thank you for the super chat there. Great show, Stefan. Thank you very much, Steve. I mean, he keeps himself lean. He's a skinny guy. He's fit, I see pictures of him on the internet. He has a barbecue pit like you. I think everybody in KIX is required to have one. Ronnie has a skunk under his stairs right now. You missed that part of the show. It's because I go on the website right here on the KIX, and it's just like you see the crowd and you see the audience. Maybe you might have a change of thought, or maybe Steve goes, "Man, I knew we were loved, but I didn't know we were going to be loved this much. So maybe down the road, if I'm feeling into it, because it's hard to walk away from this, like this picture I put up there. It's just incredible. It's hard to walk away with all that love.
It is.
It really is. And just the love that you guys got. And then when I see a picture like this, it's sad. It's an end of an era for me being a KIX fan myself, as looking, because you guys are in the picture. I'm looking from the outside and I see the different colors. So as a fan, I'm like, why can't we all get along? How come Donnie's not there? How come this one's not there? How come this one just can't go? Well, let's do one more. But for you guys in the picture, the frustration, I get it. I didn't realize now Steve was having problems with his feet and stuff like that. And I didn't know about that. So that's another reason, huh?
Yeah, he's got neuropathy in his feet. And he says it's, not only they're numb, but he gets pain in his feet, and it's like a shooting pain in his feet. So it's hard for him.
Wow. Yeah, it's hard for him. I didn't know. So he was playing for the last year. How long has he been dealing with that at these shows that people have been going to?
For a while, but it's been, it's just been gradually getting worse.
Wow, that's hard. That's hard. So, and you guys, what do you guys usually play a KIX show? Was it like an hour and a half, 2 hours? Can you do?
Well, standard show is an hour and a half.
That's long. It's a long show, especially him. He's moving around crazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. So what about that night, that infamous night, the last show? You guys are jamming together before you hit the stage. I want to know. I want to be a fly on the wall. Was Ronnie crazy? Were you in Ronnie's room with him? What was going on back there, Brian?
Well, but because since we were the headliners, they had because that place is set up for a festival, so it's multiple dressing rooms here and there. So we were all spread out, getting ready in our own space. So we didn't really see each other till we got out there.
So you guys had your own space,
huh?
You guys had your own space.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty arena rock right there. Right? You don't have to deal with Ronnie and his cords and his Raisin Bran cereal box, nothing like that. Let me ask you a personal question. Is there any vegetarians in KIX, or everybody eats meat?
No, I guess nobody's vegetarian.
Oh, okay. All right, good. So everybody likes you in the band. Okay. I just want to know if there's a reason why there was the last KIX show. Maybe Brian's always trying to make people eat meat, and anything for a rumor over here. Look, Debbie's laughing over here. Look, what's Catherine ask over here? They can do some reunion type stuff down the line, maybe. I don't know, Catherine. I know you're upset. I don't think so. Debbie says it was so classy when Steve introduced the band members and ones working behind the scenes and thanked them. And anybody watching, if you hear a guitar, that's Ronnie playing right there. Ronnie, we know you're a guitar player. You don't have to play.
I know. I should set this down.
It's like he's like making me nervous over there. The guy.
I'll stop. Right.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
People rather hear you than hear me talk over here. So you had your own dressing rooms. Everybody's see, now, Donnie, Purnell, if you were watching, you could have been there because you would have had your own room. You wouldn't have seen anybody. You just would have went on stage with your Les Paul bass, which I want to know if you still have that bass. And I wonder if Donnie even watches this stuff. Who knows? What do you guys think? You think he is?
No, I don't know. I'm sure he still has his bass.
Yeah. You think he has his bass? I
Yeah.
love that bass.
Yeah, yeah.
That bass means a lot to me because I bought a bass like that from Chelsea Guitars because of Donnie Purnell. He was a big influence on me, and Tommy Hendrix, him too. Me and Tommy were both saying what a big influence as a bass player that guy was. You know?
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, coolest bass player hands down. I mean, I
Yeah.
want to get Nicky Six on the show, and I'll kiss his ass. But I'll be honest with you, between Nicky and Donnie, I gotta pick Donnie. You know, that's it. I'm talking about that era because Donnie just his showmanship up there, his songwriting, and just
Absolutely.
he was a character. You
Yes,
guys
he
all
was.
had your own individual. That's what made you guys like a gang. Everybody had their own thing, you know. So cool. You were Rolling Stones, Brian. You know, Ronnie was 70s. But Ronnie, you know what? I got a little beef to pick with you here, and I'm glad
It's
Brian.
not the white shoes, is it?
No,
The white
no.
sneakers.
I found this on. Oh, maybe the picture didn't pop up here.
Get rid
You
of
might
it.
be say no. It's right here. You know, Younkins.
What?
You disappoint me right here. I caught a picture of you with a hockey stick. Look at this.
Oh, you caught it.
Look at this
Remember-
picture.
Get that thing out of here.
You tell me about that thing. What are you doing?
Oh gosh. Oh, one night, my 64 Strat wouldn't stay in tune.
Yeah.
My 63 got stolen. I got a 64, but it just never stayed in tune the same way. So I got yelled at on stage for being out of tune. You couldn't imagine who yelled at me.
You know what? I don't know who would yell at you, Ronnie. Who the hell would yell at you? Honestly, who would yell at you? Who would yell at you?
Came over my side of the stage, and I could tell the A was creeping sharp. And I was like, ah. So yeah, I got insulted for having an altitude Strat. So then I don't know what compelled me to buy that guitar, but I did. Not only did I have a hockey stick or a pointy end, it was pink.
Oh.
It was on top of it.
Thank God I got Brian right here. I'm embarrassed now.
I think I was honestly, I was stoned when I bought that guitar, and I thought that in the Hendrix Monterey Pop Fest, his Stratocaster was pink.
Yeah.
And I put that together with having smoked some good weed. This is before I was sober and cleaned up when I was 32. I was probably 28. Went into Venomans and bought that awful guitar, which I regret to this day. But, you know, what can I say? It's gone. It's sold. It went to Midwest. Some guy loves it. And that was my only pointy headstock. Actually, no, BC Rich gave me one, but I left it in the back of the tour bus in the neck warp because it was against a firewall from where were we? We were up north. There was snow. It was we were in Colorado, and we went to Phoenix or Scottsdale. And during that drive, I had my guitar. They just gave it to me against the back wall in the bus. And it was so hot when I got there that it fretted out. The neck was ruined. But anyway, so much for pointy headstock guitars. You can hurt people with those things.
Yes.
I don't advise anybody playing them ever because you just have to live it down like I'm trying to do.
Well, the picture is legendary because the picture says a lot. You got Brian over there. I think Brian might be it might be a Les Paul. I can't tell from this angle.
That's
It's
my
a
melody.
melody maker. Oh,
What is it? What is it, Brian?
My melody maker.
Okay, there's something. And then you look at Donnie and Steve. You know, Donnie's he's looking right at the neck. He goes, "Can you believe the schmuck?" And Steve's like, I can't. Should we retire right now? KIX almost retired right there, right?
It could have broken up the band.
It could have broken up the band.
It's like,
look at the guy. He went to LA one time. He came back looking like CC DeVille. That's what they say. They're laughing. I love CC. That's a joke. I love CC. He's a nice guy. He's a Brooklyn boy. Very nice guy.
Yeah, I had to pick him a couple times. He's a nice guy.
He's a great cat.
Yeah.
Okay. let's see over here. I have
Anyway.
Brian. I have Brian over here. I want to point some stuff out to you guys right here. And we got Ronnie Younkins. We got Brian Forsythe right here in the house. And there the guys are. So this is a little of the page I was looking at. And I want to share the love, like with the fans that they write over here. And there's some great stuff. Look, the guys rocking the KIX pictures, the KIX shirt over there. Zach, look at the picture of Brian right there.
Right.
You know, and look, I'm hoping to see KIX on Mount Rushmore soon. Look at the love over here. They put your whole bio over here. That's cool. Welcome to KIX country. How about that one?
Whoa.
You guys see that? Did you see this one, Brian?
No.
It's very cool. That's from Joan Chapman. She loves you guys. Come back to Baltimore to pick up my car and found a few of these on my car. Guess my KIX sunshade and stickers were a clue. LOL. Thanks to whoever did this. So somebody made postcards of you guys at the concert. How cool is that?
That is cool.
Wow. Shout out to whoever put that. Wow, that's really cool. And look, Hair Nation is playing KIX right here. First time I ever heard Hair Nation play No Ring Around the Rosie, Mary Ellen says. Now here, Jason Michael, you got people writing here. In my opinion, there's missing a record somebody wrote. Best album, Cool Kids, Rock Your Face Off, Blow My Fuse. Got Midnight Dynamite.
It's missing the first one.
It's missing the first one, yeah.
And the live one.
And the live one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Best album. Which you guys, let me ask you guys, your favorite KIX album. I know that it's a hard one to, you know.
I always liked Hotwire.
Hotwire, huh?
But it's hard to choose a favorite.
Yeah. But Hotwire was the one for you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Ronnie?
Yeah, I really like Hotwire. I'm partial to the first record just because we played it together, and I thought it was really cool that we didn't do that many overdubs, and we did it quick, and we played together in the studio. But Hotwire, yeah, that was cool. That was like the first album that I was completely sober for, and I really liked the engineer and the gear we had to make. I thought the guitars sound really good on that record, and I blew up Andy Brower's vintage Vox speaker cabinet, and he grabbed a hold of my Les Paul. He goes, "This isn't a real Gibson Les Paul." He's looking at my gold top. So I guess that was his way of insulting me. I didn't mean to blow up his Vox speaker cabinet, but I did. And I think some of the gear had to leave there or something. I don't know. We had a bunch of gear there, and it was cool. What was the engineer's name, Brian?
Eddie Delana.
Eddie Delaney. He was great. I love that guy. Real kind of laid back, but really in tune with getting good guitar sound. And the board, too. The old tube board. So, yeah, first record and Hotwire.
That's your favorite.
ones.
It's funny. That's wild. I would, for me, Midnight Dynamite was a special album because I listened to it all the time. It would help me get to Manhattan back and forth. And it was one of the only albums where I had it on cassette because there's no DVD when that even came out. It was cassette, and it was even a homemade cassette of Midnight Dynamite. And I go back and forth and listen to it. But it was my go-to record. Really, really cool. Is that Bo Hill that produced that album, Midnight Dynamite?
Yeah.
How was he in the studio to work with him?
It was okay.
Wait. Come on. The band's retired. You could say what you want. I don't even know. Does he make records anymore, Bo? What's he do these days?
He remixed the Midnight Dynamite and the Blow My Fuse. Did the remix. So, yeah.
You could plead the fifth with me. I don't care. If I ask a question you don't want to answer, go plead the fifth.
Well, plus he was there. He was there the other night.
Was he nice to you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you go up to him, or did you say to yourself, "I got to walk up to him now"?
What?
You know, like I got to go look at him now. This guy who busted my chops. Did he bust your chops in the studio? Is that what the deal is?
Kind of.
Nobody's here. Yeah, tell me. Nobody's listening. It's only us.
It was. I just had a. It was more my personal thing. I was having a hard time, and I just, I don't know. I was probably imagining it, but I felt that Bo kind of looked down on me, and maybe Ronnie felt like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Really,
Yeah,
Donnie?
because
Oh, yeah.
we were
Okay.
he was comparing us to like Warren DeMartini and Gary Moore, and we're just these 70s clunker guitar players. We didn't do any wheedly deedly licks.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I'm not. People might get upset with me, but I'm going to be real and I'm going to be honest here. You know, because I want my show to grow, and the only way to grow if you're not a phony. Gary Moore is a special. I could see Gary Moore is special. You know, he really is one of those guys. Okay, it's Gary Moore. You know, I mean, there's certain guys out there, but I'm a guy. You know, a rock and roll guy too. Warren DeMartini, I don't get him. I'm sorry. I know there's Rat fans out there. I'm going to get hung right now. They're going, "What's with this guy?" I don't get him. I'd rather have a Brian and Ronnie before Warren. I'm not into that style. And I think he had a pointy guitar, Ronnie Younkins. So you might like him.
He might have.
Like, you know, to me, Keith Richards, you know, and people might even laugh at me. I like the attitude that Johnny Thunders had. So that's
Oh yeah.
it's in my opinion.
Yeah.
So Bo came from that more of a polished world, you would say.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So did he not understand the streetness of rock and roll? Did he want it a little clean, like clean it up?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he had a hard time wrapping his head around our thing, but I think he eventually sort of got it. And I think in hindsight, now he can see what we were about. He didn't get it.
Yeah. Do you feel like the Midnight Dynamite, he captured your moment after said and done, the final recording of that album? Are you happy with the final end in production? Did he capture the band the way you want to be represented?
Yeah, it was like it was a natural progression from album to album. And when that one came out, yeah, it was better than the other two, but as far as the sound goes.
Yeah. That was, out of all those records that they posted on the fan site, which album do you think was the most united, where it was, this feels like a band? With this, we've arrived as a band. Would it be Hotwire? Would you say that was the one?
No, I think, well, I think Midnight Dynamite.
Midnight Dynamite.
Yeah.
It's just each album just progressed.
Absolutely.
Like, it felt more like that for Blow My Fuse, and then even more like that on Hotwire. So
those songs grew. I remember Donnie changing the guitar part before we went on stage, and it was real loud. It was down in North Carolina or South Carolina, and I remember him getting you to play something, an off counter rhythm or something. I was like, how in the world can he hear this with all the music playing out front? And we went up and played it.
Which
he nailed it. Midnight Dynamite.
Oh, and no, he'd do that. He'd be driving the van, and he'd turn around and sing a part to one of us.
Yeah,
we had to remember it for sound check. We get to sound check and go, what was he saying?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I used to carry a lot of cassettes.
So Donnie would be driving on the sound check, and he'd have something in his head, and he'd hum it to you. Can you play it like this? And would he get crazy? Don't you remember what I just said?
Yeah.
Would he really?
Yeah, we wouldn't remember.
Like Red Hot Back in Blue. We changed that song so many times, and then like the 45th time we changed it, I couldn't remember what he had said last. Remember, we got in trouble at sound check at the place in Lancaster. What was that place?
Yeah.
Oh man, there was so many changes. I forgot the 55th change. I failed to note. We got in trouble. He said, "Give me the guitar," and he went up and played it. But it ended up on the record, and it's a great song. That's how it worked. That's how it developed. I get it. It happens. So we missed a few notes.
I mean, so Donnie was he was just a real, just I don't know the word to use, but he was
He
the school
lived and
teacher.
breathed it. Yes.
He lived and breathed the KIX.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, Donnie Purnell, I mean, I don't want to, start why wasn't he there or not, but he's such a huge part of the band. And he was your coach. He was your teacher too for you guys too, right? He'd yell at you guys like school kids. You'd feel like, oh my God, if I don't get that right lick, Donnie's going to yell at me. Did you feel that? Did you feel the heat? Yeah. Even on stage, would he give you because he seems somebody put, he was like a rat up there. He was like this punk rock, reckless guy. It's like, I can't picture him. Like he always seemed like this drunk guy up there, the way he was playing, because he was such, I'm like, how the hell is this guy even playing? Like how is he hitting the notes and doing it? Because you guys always, I don't think I ever saw a bad KIX show. And I'd see every time you come to L'Amour's, I'd catch every one. I wouldn't miss it. It was like, it was my church. I go, KIX is playing. I gotta go. And it was just, and every show was just polished, but in a rock and roll way.
Right.
Not in no offense, Bo Hill. If you come on the show, I'll kiss your ass then. But now I'll just, but it was great, it was, and I think Bo Hill did a great job with KIX. I really do. And I think after Midnight Dynamite came out, I think a lot of the bands that made it, they wanted to sound like KIX. And I remember Poison playing L'Amour's. I think they played with you guys. They might have even opened up, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, you guys dropped. There was a in your show when you guys all fall down. You drop. Poison did it. You know where he got that? You know where he got it from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a few bands that there.
So did Warrant.
Did it, yeah. The Bullet Boys did it.
Yeah. But hey, we stole it from somebody too. I would tell who. We took the boxes, ego boxes from Ramones, didn't we?
Is that where you got the idea from?
Sort of.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
There might. I don't know where we got that from, but we stole. Yeah, we'd see.
I mean, with these two, what are you gonna do? It's rock and roll.
I can't remember. I don't know if the knees thing, dropping to our knees. I don't know if we got that from somebody or if we just did it by accident. Because we would videotape every night, and if one guy did something, we go, "Oh, that's cool. We should all do that." I think you're right, Brian. I think we came up with that one. I don't think we saw anybody do that particularly. But yeah, one of us might have dropped to our knees and went, "Hey, that looked cool. Why don't we all try it or something?" Yeah,
it's so cool. I mean, the shows were so electrifying. And the chat over here, Roger just wrote something here. Asked them after they reformed, why didn't Brian and Ronnie ever do the swinging dog nut guitar thing that they used to do back in the day?
Swinging dog nut.
What's the swinging dog nut? Is it when you guys smash into it? What is he talking about? The swinging
close.
Nut wagon dog fight. We did it a few times. I saw videos from recent past, not recent, but in the 2000s we did it.
Did it, huh? That was good. Yeah, I was looking to see if you guys were going to do it the show when you guys smash. I remember that was a big thing of the show for me when I'd see you guys at the end and you do your solos and you guys, the light would just hit right when you guys would bump into shoulder with each other. And I used to think, I want to rip that off. That is so cool to do. It was like the ultimate. It's just ultimate showmanship up there. Right here, Virginia says, Ronnie is super down to earth, 100%. Yes, he is. Right here, Double Tree 6. Donnie moved around like he did. He moved around like Angus Young playing bass. Absolutely. AC/DC was a big part of the influence of you guys, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah. Donnie loved that band. Everybody in the band liked him.
What was a ritual like? So back in the day, let's go back for a second with Donnie Purnell backstage before you get on. What was it like? Was it like, okay, was he dictating like, remember that part, don't mess it up? Would he make you nervous or was he relaxed backstage?
Usually he was pacing around and messing with his hair. Yeah, we were busy tuning. Ronnie and I would pretend we weren't paying attention. We were just at the strobe tuner, tuning up.
Don't make eye contact. It's like Cheech and Chong. Don't look at his neck, right?
trying to warm up on the PV amps. We have these PV backstage amps we used. And
That's great.
That's what we would do. We would practice tune the guitars and hope they stay in tune out there.
So he was Donnie was a cross between almost like what is he, like George Martin meets Joe Jackson? What? Tell me.
Well, Donnie did have the gift of gab too. Like sometimes he would find someone to talk to before a show. I could never do that. I have to like focus on what we're doing. It wears me out. But he could talk to anyone about anything and just go up there and nail that show. I was like the club owner, or there would be times he'd be talking to Louis at Hammerjack. I'm like, how in the world can he go out there and just like turn it on? I have to like kind of gear up for it. But yeah.
Wow. And right here, Veronica's asking a question. Hammerheads in New York, was that Long Island? Veronica, I'm not sure. I don't remember Hammerheads.
There was Hammerjacks. Hammerjacks is in Baltimore.
That's right. I remember Hammerjacks. That's right. It's asking all these questions, because I always wanted to know. So now, when you guys were doing the show, you had the curtain didn't work. It never worked. You knew it never worked. Whose idea was to do the curtain on the final show?
I don't know if we requested it or not. They offered it, and I remember seeing a list of the special effects, and it had this kabuki thing on there, and I didn't know what that was. That's what they did. And then finally, Jimmy explained it in a text what it was supposed to be, and it was supposed to drop down as soon as the air aids go on. We get behind it, and then it drops down, and we walk out. And it didn't.
it didn't work out for you guys, huh?
There's Steve standing behind on the drum stage waiting, and we all go front, and then Steve finally just pushes it aside and walks.
He turned around and gave him a finger. I remember that because I'd walked on that. I thought Brian walked out the last time. I'm going on out here, see what's going on. I'm not staying on this curtain. There's people out there.
There's people. There was God, man.
Oh, lots of people.
It was so. You guys deserve it. As we're reminiscing about the past and the present, and afterwards we'll talk about. I mean, you guys. All in all, man, you guys deserve it, man. What a fantastic, me watching the videos and all this. It must be a good feeling. What you mean to people like me, to the audience that's watching here, to the audience that went to the show. I mean, you really touch a lot of people, you guys, through your music. It's a beautiful thing, And I thank you guys for being a part of giving us good music, and everybody in the chat. Give them a round of applause here. Look at this. To do something like that, it's really hard in this day and age.
Yeah,
and look at that. People care. It's great. It's great.
I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very grateful I got to be a part of it. It was, and my wife and daughter had a great time too. And,
I'm sure you did. I'm sure
it was great.
You guys, okay, let's talk some dirt here. Let's make this real. Okay, you guys, you married Ronnie, right? You married a long time, right? You married a long time.
Yeah.
I bet you after the show, you and the old lady, huh? You guys, huh? Yeah? Yeah. Come on, Ronnie, right? Right? Nobody's listening. No, you had a good time, huh? You see that? All those people love me. Who's your daddy, huh? Right? Come on.
You gotta make lonely dressing room.
And, you gotta make some. You might make another kid. And what about you, Brian? You got a new relationship? Huh? You do the show. The lady sees that. Huh? You went back. Come to the king. You guys had a good time after the show. That's what I want to know. Did you have a good time after the show?
Absolutely.
That's why I missed the party.
Did you miss the party afterwards? Did you not go to was there a party after the show?
Back at the hotel.
Oh, there was. Oh,
well, there's one sort of backstage in the whole back area. Mm-hmm. There's all these people hanging out, and that was like the pre-party to the pre-party or the post-party. And then we went back to the hotel, and the whole lobby was full of people. So
Really?
I kind of just whisked my stuff up to my room and never came back.
Well, you know, come on. You know, you might have a little foresight now running around like me. I may have some baby stuff I'll send to you, you know, but this is wonderful. I love talking to you guys. You guys,
I
you guys,
enjoyed it. I got stuck. I was out front for an hour and a half, but I signed everything, took every picture, was nice to everyone, and I'm grateful to and for everybody who came there from all over the place. Then I finally made it inside and talked to a couple people. And then Mark Schenker came over and picked me up out of the seat. I was talking to someone, and lo and behold, there's Taylor Rhodes. And
oh, wow.
I was just like, I was really grateful to get to talk with him. I was grateful to talk to everybody, but that's like beyond my wildest dreams, so to speak, to be able to see and talk with him again.
That's very cool.
Appreciate it. The whole thing was beyond my wildest dreams, so I'm very grateful for that.
Were you overwhelmed? I mean, you have all these people now, and you get, you know, well, beforehand, you guys were probably on edge. Ronnie, you had to have been on edge before the show even happened. You probably couldn't even talk.
Yeah, I was concerned about gear and guitars, and I didn't realize our amps were going to be behind this big metal staircase. I had some things planned out that I had to unplan.
Mm-hmm. and Brian Brian planned. He goes, he probably told Steve or whoever, put me away from Ronnie. I don't need him knocking on my door. Just keep me on the other side. I want to be. What goes on at a Brian Forsythe like before this? What's your ritual there, Brian? What goes on in your dressing room?
I don't like anyone in there. I like it quiet.
Like a quiet.
And then like about 20 minutes before it's time to go tune up, I sit there with my iPad and watch Stones videos.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
I love it. You look, I got to tell you something. People talk about guitars. They talk about action. You wore a great jacket with like the fur on it. I don't even know where'd you get that? It was cool.
I've had that since 1986.
Dude, killer, man. You know, killer. You know, and thank God, Ronnie, you didn't come out with this. Thank God you didn't come.
No way.
No, I mean, it really, there's some pictures here that I got here, and let me see what we got over here. There's Ronnie. I make it up. There's a great, do you see this picture, Ronnie? That's a great shot.
Yeah.
That's a great one right there. There's Ronnie. That's you over
I
here.
hated turning my back towards the audience. However, my pedal board was not put out for me. I'd asked 5 times for it to be put out in the middle of the stage, so I don't have to turn my back on the people. But I was determined to use that wah-wah pedal and octave box, so I had to turn my back on everyone. You know, Hendrix did it when we get feedback, so I had to think like that.
So you came out with you were playing a Fender. You came out the opening.
Well, Atomic Bombs is kind of a Stratocaster song. And I was supposed to throw it behind my back and put an SG on for the kid. That's more of a Gibson song. I had some problems with my industrial strength Velcro. Does not work.
Doesn't work.
This is to industrial strength Velcro. You see these thumbs? Well, it failed me. It worked at Bob Perry's when I was rehearsing. I went out and the Velcro, the pack fell off the strap. So it's hanging there. Brandon comes out and puts it in my back pocket or something. So I decided to play it cool and just keep the one guitar for 2 songs. I didn't want to just make more problems. Yeah. You
don't want to piss off Brian over here too, you know?
So I just kept my Strat on for both songs.
So Rogers, go to this page, shows a great video of the crowd. Oh, there's so many, Rogers posting over there. And you know what? There's a lot of great everybody. I'm going to tell you right now. I'll put a link to these guys, the official KIX fan page. It's really, it's a great thing. Here it is right here. There's some great pictures there for all you KIX fans. And you can see Brian over here gave it a like. He liked that picture right there. And here's some pictures from the show. There's the jacket that I'm talking about. Brian, you look fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
All you guys look great. You know, everybody did a great job. There's a great shot of that jacket.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that jacket.
Total Keith
Cool.
Richards right there. He looks so
Yeah.
The new
cool.
bow around it. Had the old boa that was on there was kind of worn out, so I
Oh
got
man,
to put it on there.
total rock star over here. These pictures. Look at this. Putting the pictures
Cool.
over here, right there. I mean, great. Now I want to ask you a question. All these fans
Good
just love
picture.
you guys. Oh, they're great pictures. There's right there. I think is that that's yeah. I believe that's a video from the concert right there of you guys playing, and actually really cool over here. I just can't play the music. Look, there's a shot of the crowd right there. Um,
Damn.
that might be an old picture, right? That's not from this. That's a different concert.
Yeah.
The umbrella. Was it hard to pick songs for this set list for the last final show? Is there anything you wanted to hear that didn't get to play for the last time for the fans?
Yeah, well, Steve kind of picked it. You know, he usually picks it according to his voice. You know, but there was a few that I would have liked to have included, but
Yeah.
we couldn't play everything. It would have been 3 hours long.
I don't think the fans would have been upset with that, right? I think they love you guys from this page over here. What about For Shame? When Steve went out into the audience, I didn't think he was ever going to make it back. Did you?
I couldn't even see him.
You like where, right? You couldn't even see him.
I was too busy trying to play myself, so I wasn't paying attention.
I should have booked the Chariot.
I didn't think.
You don't know about the Chariot,
No,
Stefan?
no. Well, tell me.
We used to have a Chariot.
You did?
Yeah, these four guys, they would be carried out into the crowd as the most ridiculous thing. But we had a Chariot, and Steve would get on it and go out and sing. I shouldn't be telling you, Steve hated that thing. But it is funny, especially the crew trying to jam it into the back of the truck after they've loaded all the amplifiers and drums and everything. They hated that thing. They went to the great junkyard in Waynesboro. It's over there.
It's over
somewhere.
somewhere.
Way. Yeah, but we had a Chariot that had to be carried by four big guys. They had shoulder pads, it had KIX flags on it, and Steve would go out into the crowd at the smallest places too, like Hammerjacks, to sing whatever song. I don't know.
I love it.
Probably maybe Hotwire. I forget.
Or Loveaholic.
Loveaholic. It was a song on Hotwire. Yeah, Loveaholic.
I think that's great. The Chariot over here. I think it's cool. Here's a shirt that I saw you got right here. A Stray Cat shirt you wore. Slim Jim Phantom will love that one. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the same shirt from the what's the song?
Body Talk.
Body Talk.
Yeah.
Is it really? Is that
one?
is that
Yeah,
really?
that's from the video. I wore that on that video.
Wow, and you kept it in that great. You kept that in that great condition from all
Wow.
those years ago.
Well, last year we cleaned out my mother's house, and I found that in a box in the attic. It was in a
Wow.
bunch of other T-shirts.
Wow, that's incredible, man. I'm impressed. I'm impressed that you got that. If you go right now on Instagram, you could see on Andrew Dice Clay's Instagram, this is a hysterical thing. Dice goes on the street and bothers people. Look, Ronnie's laughing. He goes up to, he's in Beverly Hills by the Mulberry Pizza, and who does he bump into? Slim Jim Phantom. And Dice goes, Slim Jim from the Stray Cats. You know ADIKA, right? It's one of his last videos. Anybody watch? It's hysterical. And he's harassing Slim Jim. How come you're not playing with the Stray? It's hysterical. Any Stray Cat fans, you'll enjoy it. That's a great shirt. I'm going to share that with Slim Jim. That's great. I noticed that. That's probably worth a lot of money too, because it's an original. People buy those. It's crazy. You know, I got to ask you guys something, and it came to me. I don't want to forget this. This is an important one. And if you don't want to talk about, I want to know about the David Lee Roth story.
Yeah.
What about this? I don't know about it. What about this David Lee Roth character, Van Halen? What with KIX? What is this?
I was the Baltimore Civic Center, and we were playing, and we were told we had 5 minutes left, and then all of a sudden they just they turned the lights on. We're on the last song. I forget, the Time Bombs or something.
Yeah, I think it was.
And we were playing along, and the lights come on, and we just, Donnie looking at everyone and saying, keep playing. And next thing we know, all you can hear is the drums because all our amps went dead, and they cut the power on us. And so they had the forbidden zones on the side, these little platforms up on the side like wings, and we weren't supposed to go up there. So as soon as they cut the power, Donnie just goes beelines right to the wing, and he runs up there, and he turns his back to the audience, and he acts like he's unzipping his pants and taking a leak on the PA. And the road crew actually thought he was doing it. So as we were coming off the stage, and we're walking around behind, the road crew jumped on Donnie and started beating on him and strangling him. And
I could see his chucks. I knew he was under there because I saw his chucks sticking out, 2 little skinny legs.
Yeah.
And so I went running to the dressing room, and Bo Hill was there. And I said, Bo, we need to find somebody to help Donnie out. They're going to kill him.
Yeah, Andy Setcher was there too from Hit Parader.
Yeah.
That's the only time we ever got into Hit Parader. There was about a paragraph about us in there of that night.
Oh my! So that was it. They wrote about you because of the David Lee Roth situation.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you get an apology afterwards from the David Lee Roth camp?
I don't think so.
Nah. No apologies. It's not like I think David Lee Roth was sitting in his dressing room with a light switch ready to turn. But somebody on that crew definitely was tired of us playing, and we ran over.
Wow. That's a crazy. Wasn't there a story about a biker brawl in Southern Maryland? Another one? Or no? Was that a rumor?
That was probably the wharf.
Yeah, that was
when the fire marshal came in and tried and shut the show down, and it was jam packed, and they started going around taking drinks off the tables, and people didn't like it and started a brawl, and they brought in dogs, and it was a mess. We were staying in an apartment upstairs, so we just grabbed our guitars and ran up the steps, and we were.
Oh my God.
There were people running out of the club with dogs attached to their legs, and
KIX, man, you guys are like a gang, man. The KIX.
You go out and pick up money or something, Brian?
We went back down. Yeah, I was finding all kinds. I found comp badges and everything in that mess.
And then that's the night we knew Jim Cry wasn't there, so we took the door off the kitchen and went in and got some food out of there.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if he'd have caught us? He'd have probably shot us because he carried a gun.
Yeah.
But we were hungry, so we took that door off. We knew he wasn't there. He was down at the station probably getting people out of jail or whatever, or bit by a dog. So we broke in the kitchen. I can't remember if we found anything good or not, but we just had to do it.
Oh my God. And you guys know this story, and I'll share it really quick. I have my KIX story where I loved you guys so much, and you guys played L'Amour's in Queens, and I got a job. They paid me $50 to hold the spotlight on you guys from the back.
Oh yeah.
I was supposed to move equipment. I'll never forget. I picked up only one equipment, and it was Brian's guitar case. You had that guitar that it was a weird shape.
That Roland.
That's right. And the case was weird. It was like boxy. It was a weird guitar case. So I picked that. I remember I picked the case or something, and I brought it into the stage because everybody's doing the road cases, and I go, that's not for me. And I hid. I went to the bathroom. I hid. I got paid the $50. So I'm doing the spotlight at the end of the show. The owners of L'Amour's beat the hell out of Donnie Purnell. I remember it was like Sopranos.
You were there that night.
I was working. And I saw the door like from afar, because I was in the back, and it was on towards the right side. I remember my right, and the door was open, and you could see Donnie. I see this. You could see the hair, and I see 2 or 3 Tony Soprano looking type guys, and the door slammed shut, bounced open. I saw Donnie fly somewhere, shut again, and I went to my girlfriend and go, my favorite band's getting beat up. I go, we gotta leave. I go, because the owners will kill us. I didn't even care. But me being Jewish, I go, how am I gonna get my $50? I never forget. I felt so bad.
I remember that night. That was my girlfriend's fault.
That was your girlfriend's fault, huh?
Yeah.
Did you get in trouble? Did you get yelled at from Donnie afterwards? What?
Yeah, he wasn't too happy.
Oh my God.
That was terrible. I remember she thought, well, someone broke into her car on that side street and stole her stereo. And at one point, when she came back in to complain about it, some guy had the exact same, it was like a Sony, one of those pull-out cassettes, and she saw some guy standing there with one in his hand, and she thought it was hers, and she started this big ruckus, and the bouncers got involved, and then Donnie got involved, and it just got out of hand, and then as soon as they grabbed Donnie, he started kicking and stuff, and they took him back into the club and closed the door, and we couldn't help him.
I remember that. And Donnie had no help from me. I was scared shit out of my mind. That neighborhood, for everybody who's watching this, that was in Queens, and that street. If people are not familiar with it, this is how you could be familiar and what the scene was like. That was, what year was that around, Brian? That might have been 80s, yeah, right? 86, yeah, around that time. It was.
Yeah, 86, 87, somewhere around there.
You're totally right, because I wasn't even working at it. It was probably 86. It could have been even 85, maybe around that time. I'm not sure.
No, it was 86.
It was 86?
Yeah, because that girlfriend at the time, we didn't start going out till then.
Okay, so then it was right before I got my job at Circus Magazine. But I remember that street. For people who are watching this, that was actually the street where, if you saw the movie Goodfellas, where the Suite was, there was a place called the Suite. It was on that.
No kidding.
It was right there. Maury's Wigs, that boulevard, all those stores. That was the area. And those are the type of people that own those type of places. And that's the last person you want to get into a fight with. You know, and out of anybody, Donnie's a skinny, short guy. He's a small guy. He was like a rag doll. I'm like, the guy doesn't have a chance.
Steve and I tried to get through the door, and as soon as we were like pulling it open, wham, pulled it shut. And it was like, yeah, we could not get in. Steve and I tried.
Maury's Wigs, they don't fall off. Yeah, you know what? Through the whole thing, Donnie's hand looked exactly like it was before to the end. It didn't move. It just looked like, because he always looked like he got beat up. He looked, I really, I gotta tell you, I thought Donnie was so, because I would from afar, and I remember that, and I remember the way he was, because he was like, I remember him, he might have even pointed at one of the guys. He's like went after the guy.
Sounds like him.
Wow, look at this guy. Not only is he crazy on stage, he was like, to me, Sid Vicious. I go, this guy he has no fear. I was like, well, I go, I want to be like that. The only thing I ever did, I knocked out the bass player from the Cult, Chris Wisey. That's right, I did. I did. Told me I was a shitty bass player. I warned him. And then Eric Singer, this is the Cat Club days, and Eric Singer, I thought I was Donnie Purnell. That's why I did it. I blame Donnie. That's it. And I knocked the guy out because he said I was a bad bass player. I go, I'm not here to give a lesson. I go, the rock show because I like KIX. I'm trying to imitate. I always kept KIX in my mind. So when I beat him up, I thought I was Donnie Purnell.
Well, that guy doesn't have a book. We have a book around here. It's not really written, but it's Stephan bass. Here's how you play Stephan bass. My daughter's going to play a couple songs with us next weekend, and she's learning Stephan bass. And it's not Mel Bay, it's not Alfred's basic one. It's Stephan ADIKA's bass guitar. You follow the dots, you get the job.
See, you follow. Look, he's breaking his equipment. That's a Stephan skill.
How do I do that?
That's
Hold on. I'll be right back. Technical difficulties.
No, go ahead. Don't fix that. Fix that. I love it. I love it. He's going crazy. But you know what? I'll never forget that, Brian. And that was like a real scary time. I was like, wow, this band is so reckless. It was crazy. It was a wonderful time. Great stories with you guys. What do you got while he comes back? What's people are asking on the social media about retirement and just to make it clear, Brian, your projects.
Anyway,
Wait, Ronnie, I'm going to ask Brian now about projects after KIX now. What do you got going on, Brian? I know you got Rhino Bucket, all that stuff. What's up?
Yeah, there are some Rhino Bucket gigs. Other than that, I don't know. I'm sort of open to anything.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have a hard time. The cooking channel you could get going on. You could be my co-host. I mean, you could go interview people together because you could make me look good. I might ask a bad question. You're like polite. I could be like Donnie. I could yell at you. I could do that. I'm good at that. I can't write songs like Donnie, but I could yell from Brooklyn. Over here on the page, on the fan page right here, people are writing, Ronnie, Al, 10/10 Thursday. Aside from Blues Vultures, any word from Ronnie post-retirement? And somebody wrote, it's only been 4 days. So you want to tell Al and everybody what you got going around the corner?
Who, me?
Yeah, not me. I'm not the Blues Vultures. You. Who's on
fucking to Brian?
No.
I'm back in the studio finishing this CD and a record or whatever it's gonna come out on. And then we're playing a little gig down in Frederick in the streets next Sunday, and then we're playing Club Debonair up in New Jersey with Streetlight Circus and Stars on October 6th. And then on the 7th, we're playing at the Racehorse Tavern. Then we might have another gig or two. We're playing a gig at the Tally-Ho Theater, but that's not until December with Great White. So we got a couple gigs, but I want to finish the CD. I'm like putting my head and mind and soul and everything into these recordings. ASAP. That's where I'm headed, and that's what I love to do. And
now, how about when you were preparing for the KIX's last show? How were you? Were you just out of your mind around the house, driving to like leave me alone, everybody?
I was having a lot of equipment problems, but I was grateful that Bob Perry let me set my gear up at his warehouse because I was able to sort through everything. When the gear came here about a year ago, I was not living at home yet, and I had to be brought here and meet with one of the crew guys. And it went into a storage space that wasn't fit for equipment to really be in. So, I paid my price there. I recable everything. One of the amps didn't work. It was a lot of work getting a lot of work.
But Bob helped you out too.
He's been
really
great.
cool.
He's amazing.
That's really cool.
Yeah, great guy, great guitar player. Very just an all-around. He's an intelligent guy. He's just wonderful to be around. What can I say?
Nice guy. Yeah. You know what? I'll give a shout out to all the guys that played in KIX from the past to the present to the end. I mean, carried the torch. You got, whatever difficulties you guys had with Donnie and whoever in the past. Donnie, if you're watching, I wish I could have seen you play too, because I love your bass playing. And then as far as the other guys that came in, like Mark did a great job, and great job playing bass, Mark. So if you're watching, you don't know me, Bob, come on the show. We'll talk. If somebody you don't like, I'll help you get rid of them. I'm not Lemoore's and Queens, but anyway. But no, was a wonderful. There's guys that I'm friends with in the past, like Jimmy K. Bones from Skin and Bones. Remember when he played with you guys? Great guy, Jimmy. I know him from New York. And he played.
I talked with him recently.
Did you really?
Oh yeah. I always stay in touch with Jimmy. He makes me laugh and.
Nice guy, really nice guy. You know something about Skin and Bones? There was a time their original bass player, when they were living in New York around those days, Steve, he passed away, and he lent me a bass when I was learning how to play, and he just gave me his bass. Take it. was a really nice guy. Those were back in like the Love Tribe and that era, you know, Ryan Roxy's band Electric.
Yeah, I
Angel.
remember. We remember Steve. Steve
Yeah.
Mensch, I think his name.
I think so. He worked at Ian's right across the street from Trash and Vaudeville.
Yeah.
Really nice cat.
Uh-huh.
And it was a good scene. And those are all the Maryland guys, and they're coming from Baltimore. They're coming to New York, and you were like, I'm like, oh wow, you come from the land of KIX. That's what I used to look at those guys, and I would think, what's the secret sauce over there? Because KIX's songs were great, and you know what? I gotta give thanks. I gotta right now give thanks to everybody in KIX, from Steve to Jimmy to Donnie, the original KIX, to the new KIX, you know, and Bob for coming in when you were having a hard time. He did a great job, and
he did.
You know, Mark coming in when Donnie wasn't able to be there. You guys all did a great job. And you know what? These right here, here's something I want to share really quick. And I'll let you guys all go. I know, Brian, this was last second for you. But look at this right here, this video that somebody made over here. I wonder if I could put some sound up.
We're gonna do a show here, September 17th. I know it sucks, doesn't it? But it's been a long
Where
road.
is it?
And
I got it somewhere, kids. Wait.
My health is failing. Jimmy's health is definitely failing. And we just decided we're going to finish up these dates for the summer. We want to do one big final rock and roll show in the area because you guys deserve it, right? September 17th will be our final show, and we're lucky enough to be doing it here.
So cool. Greatest band, man. KIX.
Wow.
You know, Ronnie, Brian, you guys are truly the greatest. You guys are. And I'm here to kiss your ass forever and thank you all for the good times. And that's the honest truth, man. Thank you very much for the rock and roll stories. I know there's some stuff that I probably didn't cover, but we'll have you guys come back. I got to, you know, Debbie Mulligos fanboy. Fanboy where it deserves. They're the best. You know, come on. Best band in the world. Definitely deserve it. Virginia says here, Jimmy Soul, the last show was awesome. Some of the comics here, comments. I speak Brooklynese. KIX, a band that blew me away the moment I heard Midnight in '86 as a kid in a small town, New Hampshire. Yeah, you got so much love here, and that's why I'm glad everybody's here. This is why I opened up the chat. Everybody thank Ronnie Younkins, because I was going to make it members only, which I do my shows all the time unedited, and I edit it for YouTube. But this was special to me. KIX was a special
Absolutely.
band. And right here, thank you, KIX. Switch 625. Catherine, yes, thanks, KIX. Look at this. Love you guys. The Queen, right there. Thank you, Brian and Ronnie, for being here. Yeah, you guys are the best, man. Thanks for being here, man, and sharing the stories and all that stuff. What do you guys want to say to the fans out there?
Thank you for all the years, because without you, we would have been playing in our basements or something. I don't know. We'd have played at some little bar. Thank you so much for believing in the band and being there and buying all the records and coming to all the shows and standing in lines and standing in the rain and sneaking in the back and whatever you did to get in. Thank you so much. We love you.
Yeah.
We couldn't have done it without them, all them.
Yeah.
No, you guys rock, man. The best band in the world. And look at this right here, everybody. Check out that page. It's great. And cool official KIX fan. Whoever's running it, they're doing a fantastic job. So thanks for keeping it up there. And in the meantime, I'll put links to what Brian's doing, what Ronnie's doing, and any questions I missed over here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look at some of the stuff. Love the ride. Switch goes, love the ride. So effing worth it. KIX forever. Long live KIX. There you go. Okay. We're glad the fans are here, Debbie says. Steve, right there, my man, with the bet, Ronnie and Brian. So great listening to your story, Stefan. Always ask the fight questions or the right questions. The fight. Yes, both. Fight and right. You know, Catherine gives you guys hearts over here. Somebody asked about some videos, Brian, if you have any videos or will you be releasing them? But we talked about it earlier. There's nothing you really can't put out there because of publishing and all that stuff, right? With Donnie and all that.
Yeah, complicated.
it's too complicated. But there's YouTube, everybody, and maybe down the road, maybe the complications could sort itself out, and then the world will get to see more KIX. Is there any bootleg KIX music out there that the world has not heard that's in a vault? Like, is there a KIX vault somewhere of songs?
I think I gave everything I had to Mark Schenker. I kept it for years. Donnie gave, when we split up, he goes, "You want this recordings?" He didn't want them, so I took them and kept them in good, and kept them dry, and gave them to Mark probably 6-7 years ago. But that's everything I had.
That's everything you had.
Yeah, everything.
I got a bunch of cassettes with demos.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet the demos sound great. They must be so. The fans probably would love to hear, all that stuff.
Yes, different versions of different songs.
Wow. So I wonder if it's down the road, if any of that stuff will ever be released. A KIX box set. There's no KIX box set or anything like that, right? Nothing like that.
Not really.
Do I need to call Donnie up and make peace and be the peacemaker? I could be like Kissinger. Peace in the Middle East. Come on, let me help KIX out. I could be. That's it. My goal is to get every guy from KIX on this show. I want to get Jimmy. I like to get Steve back on. Bob, Mark. I want to get them all. I want to talk to everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was supposed to ask those guys and I forgot.
That's okay.
I
have
will.
to. You know what? If you could tell them I'm okay. I'm easy. But I could be
We
like.
were all
Kissinger.
far apart at that show. It seemed like I had to walk a long way to get to see Brian. He was so far away. It seemed like I was so far from those guys at all times. I don't know, but anyway.
Did you get a hoodie or a sweatshirt, any merch from the place? Your last KIX shirt or anything like that? You guys got any memorabilia? Oh no.
Not personally, I got my girlfriend a T-shirt.
That was it, huh?
Yeah.
Did anybody cry at the end of the night? Anybody seem sad? Like Steve? Jimmy? Or...
I didn't see anybody.
No, huh? Get a phone call the next day. I miss you.
No.
Or a text from Donnie Purnell saying, "Do you see? You didn't have me there." Or writing your text that somebody didn't sing the backup the right way.
Yeah.
Nothing. Huh? Nothing.
Nothing.
All
Just
right.
just a skunk under my porch. That's it.
Well, at least you got that. So you got a skunk. Well, I got a
raggedy rodent.
Okay, I got to thank you guys all for being here, and everybody in the chat. Thanks for chatting. Subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of great stuff. I'm going to make a KIX playlist that'll be only for KIX videos. There's a lot of good stuff, and I'll try to get the other guys on the show, and we'll talk to them. And there's a lot of great stuff from everything, from music from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, to the music of today. I try to bring it all to you, and try to keep good music alive on this channel. So I appreciate the support. But I mostly appreciate Brian and Ronnie for spending some time with me and with you. And as KIX says, that's all, folks. It's sad. It's sad. Thanks for the memories.
Thank you, Stefan, for having us.
You guys are beautiful people, man.
Thanks,
good
everyone.
friends. Good friends. And Brian, I got some, you know what I got for you and Ronnie, I'll send you too. I got some shirts I got to send to you guys too. Brian, thank you for always sporting my coffee talk stuff. You always like sporting it. I see all the time. And I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the support. Thanks for being here in the beginning. I appreciate that. All righty. Everybody, thanks for watching. Ronnie and Brian, fabulous guys, true rock stars. Make sure you check out Rhino Bucket. I will put links down there, and follow Brian on his YouTube page, because you might learn how to cook. You might, even if you don't like meat, you get to look at Brian. And then Ronnie's Blues Vultures, you check out what he's doing, where he's playing. I'll put all the links down there. I appreciate everybody being here. In the meantime, everybody, I am Stefan. These are my friends. They're so far away from me. I need them close to me. Hold on. I can't have that. I got to keep you guys close to me. It's better like that. It's like the Brady Bunch, like this, right? And look at Brian. He's like Florence Henderson over there. Or is he Alice? We can't have that. But anyway, until then, everybody, I am Stefan. Thanks for being here. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. If there's a question I didn't ask, put it in the comments. We'll make sure these guys answer it down the road. I'll roll the outro, and just follow my friends. All righty. Until then, who loves you, baby? We do, and it's only rock and roll. And Ronnie and Brian and I like it. Mwah.
We love it.
And also make sure you click on the box that pops up somewhere over here. All right, we'll see you later, you crazy kids.